Yeah, North Dakota is on in Ohio. Hi, everybody. Today we are going to be working on one of my favorite projects of all time because it is so easy and it looks gorgeous too. So um, now we have, Kate, I should talk about it at the beginning and talk about it at the end too. Yeah, so you're gonna wanna tune in tomorrow at 3 o'clock. We have Kimberly Dodson from OESD in the house. And also Mary Lou's gonna be here demoing the tile scenes. And so the OESD sent Kimberly Dodson, and she's going to be on at 3 o'clock, teaching us more, showing us more collections. So yeah, Aline, you are going to want to stay out of that 97-degree heat in South Carolina and stay inside with us. That's what my cousins say. They live in San Antonio. And like we ask them about the summers, what about the summers? And they said, well, you don't go outside for very long in January, do you? And she said, we don't go outside for very long in July. And I thought, yeah, that's right. It's just kind of opposite, where they spend all their time outside in January. So yeah, don't get heat stroke. Stay inside with us every day. Yes. So I have a few samples to show you. I love this one. This one was, she's a designer from Moda. Perkins, I think, was her last name. Oh, her fabrics are so gorgeous. We just had another one of hers, and I just she does these big, beautiful flowers, and then all the coordinating fabrics to go with it. So this is perfect. So how we do our 4-border octagon, you know what, there's another way to do it, which I'm gonna try. It looks like really fun. You sew together all your strips, then you do corner at a time. So I ordered the pattern, so I'm gonna do that one. So, oh yeah, I do. My octagon matches my shirt. I planned that. No, I never do. But I do see some people that do these shows that they coordinate their outfit with the quilt that's behind them. I can't get it together that good. So here's one that we did a few years ago. This one. So these are all the 4-border octagon. Little different than the 2-border, okay? And the biggest difference is the first step that you're gonna take, and I'm gonna tell you about that. Yeah, Rosa, you should, well, she's inside, that's right, she's in San Antonio, so that's right. Yeah, so in January, when we're all inside, again, we're inside in January and in July. Yeah, maybe we should all go to San Antonio. That's why so many Northerners go to the South, right? But look at how gorgeous that is. So take a look at these. It really shows up good if you pick a high contrast one for your first one. Okay, so this one's no good. This one, well, we had the yellow, so maybe it should have been the peach. I don't know what one this one should have been. Maybe that's why we did it this way, because it's like if I would have put the orange, because right now the orange is looking high contrast. Yeah, but today we've got it figured out. So don't worry. Today we've got it. Yeah, and see how this one is high contrast? That first one really pops out at you, and that makes it look really neat, doesn't it? Yeah, Teresa says she's made most of them. Yeah. Oh, Napa Valley is 68. We're going there. Yeah, isn't Napa Valley the wine country? We'll come out and have some California wine. Now look at how cute this one is for Halloween. Yeah, so here, high contrast for the first one. You want contrasting strips. You don't want them to blend together. You want it, yeah, you want to, now here's one. So I mean, that one wasn't, like if they had gone the brown, the first one, but look at how neat it looks, you know, so I guess it doesn't matter which way you do it. They end up looking really good no matter what. So, okay, now the big difference between a 4-border octagon and a 2-border octagon is the size of the center. And Kate, what did I do with it? I bet it's under here. Did I drop it? Did I drop anything on the floor? No, what's this? Oh, Gloria. Well, should I, this is very strange, because remember I said, oh, I got this one, I had it all ready. Well, I'll just cut another one real quick. Let's see. I can cut, oh no, this is my backing, can't do that. Okay, so your kit will include your backing, which will be a 22 by 22 and a half piece of fabric for the backing. And you know, I don't like boring backs. This fabric costs just as much as this. Yes, that's it. Okay, good. Kate's taking care of me. She found it. Okay, so I like a beautiful back. The fabric is the same price. So if I'm able to supply in the kit a gorgeous back, that's what we're going to do, right? So you're going to have a 22 and a half by 22 and a half piece. Okay, now our kit cutters are used to cutting for the regular octagon, the 2-border octagon, a 14-inch square. But for the 4-border octagon, you need a 13-inch square. So we were getting messages at one point from lots of people saying, the backing fabric isn't big enough, And I thought, oh, they didn't, because our directions are correct. But we were packing in their kit a 14-inch square. So I think they just went right to it, and that's where it went wrong. So I'm going to double check that I cut this one 13. Okay, I got a 13. Let's check this way. And 13. So first step is pull out the piece, no matter what size we have, cut it down to the 13 by 13. Yeah, this fabric is from Timeless Treasures. I wanted to focus on this one because this is the one that's going to match if you're coming to our fall classes at the hotel, our fall event. This is going to match what you're making. They're putting together. Adrian has worked and put together an absolutely gorgeous table runner. You're going to be sewing beautiful fabrics together, and then you're going to use the applaud to embellish it, and you're going to do some broderie purse. So she's been working really hard on it, and it is looking gorgeous. So, okay, so you're also going to get 4 fabrics that are 5 inches wide, and you're going to take that and cut 3 strips 1.5 inch wide. And you only needed 4.5 inches, but Kate just witnessed with me, I cut one of mine crooked. And so we just thought if we gave you just the 1/2 inch extra, that even if you cut a little bit crooked, you'd be able to straighten that up and have enough fabric. So we are using, in our kit, it's going to be the Rush Shimmer, the Moss Shimmer, which is the green, and then we are also, now I already cut mine up, and this is a leaf fabric that has white background. So I'm thinking I'll get some contrast out of that. You're going to get 5 inches of it. And then we are going to have a leaf fabric that has a dark background. So my thought was that the green will give us that first pop. Okay, and then we looked it over. I made Kate decide, and she thought she would like the white background next. Then we're going to go to shimmer, the Rush Shimmer, ooh, and then the dark background with the leaves. Okay, I like it. All right, it's beautiful. Okay, and even Kate said, like I mentioned to Kate, like, would you think people your age would like to come and make this in a class? And she said, yes. It's all sewing. It's no embroidery. So all they need to have is a sewing machine. So it's a really good beginner project, and yet it turns out really gorgeous and really elegant, doesn't it? Yeah, but we do have some cute ones coming. Okay, now your next step. Okay, so on the 14-inch square with the 2 borders, we cut off each corner at 4 inches. Okay, so I figured out that 13 inches is 8% smaller than 14 inches. So instead of marking at 4 inches, I'm marking at 3 5/8. And that's you want to keep it in proportion, because then these sides will be the right sides, okay? So for a 4-border octagon, it is a 13-inch square, and then we are going to mark each corner at 3 5/8. So, okay. Now, I was using the orange one before, and it was hard to see. So I was trying to mark it from this side, so I went to the wrong side, and I had better luck. So, you know, I don't have my blue one here. I'm thinking the blue one would be the best. I think there's a blue one in the three set. So, okay, so I am gonna put that edge at, well, what I did, I'll mark here. Okay, so I'm leaving about a 1/4 inch here, and I'm going 1, 2, 3 5/8 is about right there. Oh, I can see that one, that's good. And then 1, 2, 3 5/8. So you're gonna mark from every corner 3 5/8 inches. So we're gonna go all the way around. So I'm just holding it 1/4 inch because that gives me room to make a nice big mark. Oh, looks like I already did this mark. Or maybe that's a leaf there. Well, we'll remember. Okay, and then 3 5/8 from here. Okay, and same thing here. So 3 5/8. And, oh, shift it a little. 3 5/8. And you know what? I kind of said to myself, if it was 3 1/2, it's still going to work out good. Just one more side to do. So the 3, actually that was, if you cut yours exactly 13, you can count in from each end. So 3 5/8. It's kind of hard to see, but we'll be able to see it. Okay, and then 1, 2, 3 5/8 right here. Okay, so we marked them. I kind of like the felt tip pens. I think I seem to grab the felt tip more often. Now I'm going to take my ruler and go from the marking to the marking and cut off. Here's my, and we're going to go all the way around and do that. Corner to corner. There's that mark. There it is. And you're going to go all the way around. And you're going to have your strips all cut to the 1 1/2. So do that ahead of time. And then you'll be ready to sit down and sew. Now I can't, oh, there's my mark. Okay, I see it right there. There to there and cut off. So, okay. Now, also, Steve wanted me to tell everyone that he is having an app-only sale. So if you watch us on Facebook or on YouTube, you've got to get our app. Because there's that's a night that he'll do special deals. See, we're not allowed to do, you know, the companies all have this map pricing. So you know how you go to buy a printer and everywhere you go, it's the exact same price. So it's they have these prices that they won't let us go below. And so we're not allowed to advertise it. But if it's an app sale, you have to use your username and password to get into it. And we're allowed to give whatever deals we want on those. So this Thursday at 7, it's going to be great. I have no idea what he has planned, but it's always wonderful. Okay, so now I have that cut. I'm going to put my green strips on first. So I've got my 3 green strips, and then also I have my purple scissors. I actually have 2 pairs over there. So we're going to get started there. And I'm going to make sure my iron is hot because I'm going to come back over here to iron. And we will go over to the sewing machine. So I am using the 1/4 inch piecing foot with guide. I seem to grab that one. Ruth Ann, she really likes the 1/4 inch foot that's clear and no guide. So, okay. See, now I have 2 pairs of scissors. I highly recommend that if you're like me and you keep losing things. Now, we will want to start it. So you don't want to start it right on the end. So we're going to go to one of these straight lines, you know, one of the, and pull it up about an inch, okay? Or inch and a half, at least an inch. Because like, look there.
A second, Gloria.
Sure.
I don't know why, but the camera is frozen. So
The camera is frozen. I'll just talk. So yeah, there. Now, I'm going to close my lid because like I said, it makes the machine look even prettier. And I wish I wish I was sewing on a Bernina because I need to get more used to them. Okay, so you tell me whenever you're ready.
just like 10
What?
more seconds.
Okay, and we can talk about the app-only sale, 7 p.m. on Thursday, but tomorrow at 3, she's going to be bringing samples with her. And is she talking about more than the tiling scenes or just tiling scenes? I don't know.
I'm not sure.
Yeah. I mean, they have a whole bunch of tiling scenes, but they also have all those houses and castles and everything. Okay, now I set up my machine. Okay, so here's my foot up. I have to go over and I have to press the foot down. I don't like that. So I went over, now I know we don't have the camera set up, but I went over to settings and I set it up so that when I push on the foot control, my foot automatically lowers. I like it like that. So that's why I didn't have to press any buttons. So I'm just riding that fabric right along. That black guide on the foot.
So for people who are just joining us, what are we making?
We are making a 4-border octagon. So the 4-border octagon. I guess when I press it, I'll show them the samples again. Okay, and then you're going to take this and just cut off, just like leaving a 1/2 inch extra. You're going to do that to every other one. So now I'm going to skip this one, go to this one. Okay. There. Oh, am I pulled up enough? I don't think so. I think I better pull it up a little farther. You'll be cutting the extra off, but you don't want to end up with not enough because then you'd have to rip it out and do it again. We don't like to do that. Okay. So make sure you're off of that, your center fabric. Click on your scissor button. It raises my foot for me, and I'll just cut off, leaving a 1/2 inch. So now, skip this one, go to this one. Okay. There, line it up, making sure I have extra on that end. Start to sew. Make sure I'm positioned right. There we go. And I'm just resting the edge of my fabric right along that black guide on the foot. There. I'm going to cut, and I'll cut, leaving just about a 1/2 inch. And you can peek at it and say, oh yeah, okay, it's going to be fine. All right. And now we'll go do the last one. Start it up. Sew again. So every other one. There. Now I went into the quilting menu and I picked the straight stitch. I do like when I'm doing these projects to have a 2-stitch length, 2.0 stitch length. And when I'm in the quilting menu, it automatically selects the 2-stitch length. Whereas I'm in the utility stitch menu, it's a 2.5. So I do, okay, so now we're gonna go to the iron. So we'll go up there and we'll be ironing and cutting, Kate. So we'll be up here for a little while. Okay, now will you need me to slide this just a little farther, right? Okay, and then I'm gonna put my iron up here.
Is this a pattern that they have to purchase?
No, the directions come in the kit. I think we reference a video that we had done in the past. Yeah, so, okay, so I'm gonna go this way and I'm gonna roll those strips back and iron. Now, I always use a steam whenever I press. I don't know whether that's the right thing to tell you or not, but okay, so we're going to roll this one back. Make sure that seam allowance is going in the right direction. Okay, here we go. We can get the last two at the same time. Okay. Just making sure that that seam allowance is all ironed towards my strip. Now, if I had a light strip, I would be ironing in the other direction. You don't want that seam allowance to show through on the front. That's what we're worried about. So it does depend on the color of the fabric that you have in the center. Okay, we're looking good. All right, now we're going to go and take our ruler and we are going to cut those edges off. So I am going to line up my ruler on this edge of the fabric. So there. All right, so I'll be doing it again and again, so you'll get it. Did it cut? It did. Okay, so here. So where am I looking with my ruler edge? I'm looking right here and lining up the edge of the ruler with the edge of the fabric. So I'm looking here and here. It's all good. So now I'm going to cut. There. Again. And one more time. This fabric is so pretty. That's why we picked it for our fall event. So
Sharon is asking, are you going to show again how to do the fancy fills on the center?
yeah. We still have to do our tote bag.
We do.
But, okay, so the fancy fills in the center. Now, the only way I did it, like you'd have to go with a smaller one because our hoop is, our biggest hoop now is 11 5/8. And this is going to be with the seam allowance take off. It's going to be 12 1/2. Oh, it'll work. It will. Okay, so definitely, I will do that. I will definitely do that. Okay, because it'll work now that we have the radiance and the Avenir. That's 11 5/8 wide. No, it's 13 and take out. It's 12 1/2. So see, we'd have to do it in 2 steps, which we did do before, but we used the stippling, because if I do fancy fill, you know, to even halfway, all those fancy fills are going to stop right there. And it would be really hard to match it up. But I think somebody did do a lesson on matching it up. I'll research it and I'll do it. So now I'm going to go back to the sewing machine and I have my green. So we are going to go back and do the other steps. Okay. Here. Okay. So now this time, it's every other time again, and your fabrics have to be longer because we've added to it. So I think this one will work here, and we'll sew those on. So this is just, I don't know, they turn out so cute. It makes the perfect present to give to someone. Who wouldn't like this?
Leaving a little unquilted around the edge.
Yeah, but then you'd have to do, it would still have a line around. We'll have to look at it, and maybe that'll look good. You know what? There was a quilt. Oh, I can't even describe it. It looked like they stippled. Oh, it was a long armor did it, and it looked so cool. And so what it was is around the edge, there was a 1/4 inch that wasn't, let's say, fancy filled, and there was a straight line, and that little 1/4 inch puffed up, and it looks so awesome. I have a picture on my phone. We definitely could do that. So, and I'll find that picture on my phone. You know, that's what I do in the middle of the night when I can't sleep. I'm looking for projects to make. And when I saw that sample, well, hopefully, maybe I could even find it today to show you, because I think it'll be the look that I'm going for, and it'll be the next new thing that we could do in IQ Designer. And I think we're going to love it. I didn't think of it to do it on an octagon, but we definitely could do it. Okay, so I sewed the first one. We'll go to the next one. So you know automatically which one you need to do because it doesn't have the green on the end. So we'll position. Off the edge, cut, trim, and here will be our fourth one, and we'll go back up to the iron and the ruler. Okay, oh, I think I better pull up a little farther on this one. Okay, now this weekend in store is Kimberbella Day is on Saturday. So from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m., it's Kimberbella Day, and Kathy's going to have lots of bargains, and Keith is going to be cooking hot dogs, right, Ruth Ann? I hope it's not going to be miserably hot for poor Keith, right? There we go. All right, so we did the 4. Now we're going back to the iron and my ruler to trim. Okay. So here we are. So I'm going to go to, I'll just lay it out and roll it back. Got a long one there. Okay. There. Let's roll this one back while I'm here.
Patricia's asking how wide are your strips?
Oh, the strips are 1.5. 1.5. So I need my scissors. Okay. And then it works out, you know, if we do make it so it is 22.5, then when we cut the kits, we cut a 22.5-inch piece of fabric for the backing, and we cut it on the fold. Now, if we made this octagon any bigger, it would take more backing fabric and the kit would cost a lot more. So that's the only reason why we keep it, you know, 22.5 and under for the backing. So I guess it ends up 22 once your seam allowances are taken into account. So it just keeps the price. That's why we like doing our exclusive quilt, because our exclusive quilt, it just takes one width of fabric to back it. So what I'm looking at here, so now on my ruler, I want that seam line to be on 1 1/4. So it doesn't matter how crooked I sewed or anything. I'm just watching right here and 1 1/4, and I'll cut that off. Okay, and turn. There. Okay. Cut. You know, as soon as you put this on, it's almost like stop there. It's pretty enough, isn't it? Mm-hmm. That shimmer. And so Kate, I have to remember for Thursday to sell a shimmer bundle. They really need to have shimmer in there at home all the time. So here we go. Okay. There. Now we start with the next color. Okay, and we decided that the next color we liked was going with the light, and I love it. So here it's the dark, and we went, oh, the center has dark. No, don't do the dark, do the light. So you decide. You decide. You can put them in any order that you want. Okay, so now we're going to start with the next one. And I should have left one off of that one, but I'll just put one on here and then we'll move on because I think they'll get it. Okay, so I'm going back to the sewing machine just for a minute and we're going to come back up. Okay. So we just had a mom and daughter stop in. They live in Seattle. We didn't ask them why they were here, but the daughter has a sewing group. And I think she was going to text her friends in her sewing group to tune in and watch. So maybe we've got some new viewers today. And she was young and she loved everything she was looking at, didn't she? She was like really excited. So we have so many samples around that our store isn't very big, but we have a lot of samples to look at, so you'll get lots of ideas. So you're going to do the same thing. Remember, it's every other one, okay? So then you're going to trim and move on every other one. So you're going to leave this one blank. You're going to set up this one. Okay, maybe I'll leave this here because we said we're going to start doing, right? Because I think they get it, or I'll do one more. I'll just sew one more on and then I'll jump to the other sample. But Kate and I decided we need all of our projects. So if we do our exclusive quilt, we need it cut out. We need the first step, putting the strips on, and stop there. The next sample will be putting the border on, you know, so it won't take us so long to demo them. I said that. It's like we thought when they brought out computers, that computers were going to save us time, but I really and truly feel like we're working harder and faster than we ever worked before in our lives. So I don't know whether the computer, I don't know. I don't know. It feels like we're working harder. So you're going to go around and put that strip on every other one, okay? See, this is magic. I got it all done, and mine are pressed already. So I just have to trim, okay? So I pressed it. Okay, you want to make sure it's not folding over anywhere. Give it a good press. So I'm looking. So now here again, I am lining up my ruler on the 1 1/4. Okay, so I've got it on the 1 1/4, and then we're cutting off. So the first one that you did, remember, we had to line it up with the edge of the fabric. So from there on, you're lining up your seam line on the 1 1/4. So again, here we are. I'm looking here on my ruler, and I am lining up. There's 1 1/4. Oh, my gypsy gripper is in my way, so I'm going to move it a little bit. And there, I've got it on 1 1/4 there and 1 1/4 here, so I'm good. Okay, and here. Now, but I'm wondering, see, I probably sewed crooked. No, well, it's just like a little tip there. We're not worrying about that. We'll take care of that on the next one. Okay, so that's why you want to make sure that you've got it ironed good and it's not like rolling over. Okay, so there I am at the 1 1/4, and we're going to cut. And one more time. So again, this will match your, so any of you that bought the Thankful quilt kit, or if you are coming to our fall event, this fabric will match what you're making at the event. And you know how we like matching sets. So look at, okay, so now we are going to get another piece with the light background, and we're going to keep sewing. Okay, so we'll go here. Okay, and it's easy to tell where we need to sew it because it's where the green is. So this side, I'll line up. You still want to make sure that it's going over. Like I would get worried there a little bit, so I pulled it up just a little farther. I tend to put too much up there, but it's better than not enough. I must have made one time where I didn't have enough, and now I'm like overcompensating. There. Making sure my edges of my fabric are lining up. And I've got my 1/4 inch piecing with guide. So that's where I'm staring, right there at where the fabric hits the guide. So there, and cut. There we go. Now do the next one. And pull it up a little farther. Now, when we put the next row on, you're going to get to a point where you say, this is not working, something went wrong. And so I want to do that with you so you can see. There. And now here I have like a little point. So maybe I didn't press it just right, but I'm just gonna kind of angle it like I know this is right up here. So I'm just gonna lay it on top. I'm not gonna worry about that point. It's gonna be within that 1/4 inch seam allowance. So, okay, cut. And here. So if you get invited for Thanksgiving dinner, you could take this wonderful Octagon with you, and then you'll get invited back every year. I would like that. Mm-hmm. There. And cut. And I have one more, so that you've cut 3 strips of each, so it will be plenty. Now, last one. And we'll go back up. Now, see, I got a little corner there too, so I'm just going to angle it, and I'm not going to worry about that sticking out. It's going to look good anyhow. So there. There. So Tommy and John, we're getting our Lara Star irons set up today. So, hey, maybe they're going to do something with Lara Star on Thursday. Yeah. So there. Okay. And then now I'm going to go back up to the cutting table, and we'll iron and then cut. So there. And just finger press it.
Judy's asking, did you get more of the thankful panel?
Did we run out of them? I don't know whether they came in, but we'll have to see. Is the thankful quilt, did it go out of stock? Or maybe is it just the panel that you want? So I bet we pulled them out of inventory until we made all the kits. Yeah, okay. So the kits, we still have the kits for sale, but once we've made all the quilts, all the quilt kits, then we'll put the panels back into inventory. So keep it. Or if you're coming over, Judy, well, I better not say that because they might be all gone. I'll check on them. I'll order more. So that thankful panel, that's the one I like, the one that said thankful, and the other one was cornucopia. So I'm assuming since you said thankful, that you like the one I like, that's the thankful one. And I'll check on that. We started out the day, well, I was helping them get some kits cut because the Gloria's Garden some of that fabric came in, and we were able, oh, she did order the kit. Okay, so that'll tell me I should work on those kits tomorrow. Yeah, so I'm going up to help them in the kits so we can get some done quicker. But the glorious garden fabric came in, and they were able to ship out, I think it's 10 kits went out today, and then next week we're getting more of the fabric in. It's so pretty. Ruth Ann is going to teach the class on a kaleidoscope quilt, and she made it. It is so unbelievably gorgeous. The fabric is from In the Beginning. So again, I'm looking here. I'm seeing that my seam line is on the 1 1/4. So then I'll trim off the excess. Yes, oh, is it looking pretty or what? Really pretty. I do like the green because I think I was gonna put honey shimmer, and honey just, it wasn't enough contrast. So 1 1/4, 1 1/4. Okay, I gotta move my ruler. Okay, there we go. Okay, so I've got 1 1/4, 1 1/4, right on the seam line. Okay, and one more. And John made an unbelievable sample on the applaud. I wonder if we should do, maybe he should show the applaud on Thursday, right? Okay, there we go. Now what's our next one? So our next one will be the rush shimmer. Oh, it's beautiful. Okay, so we're gonna go over and do that. I'll do them quick. I'll do them quick so it won't take too much time. So if I didn't close my ruler here. Here we go. Okay, I'm ready. Speed sewing. That's what Joni says we do every day. There was Patty Palmer and Susan Pletch. They were the first people to write books on sergers. I'm thinking like 40 years ago. And they wrote a book on speed. So, oh no, that was Sandra Betzina. I bet many of you have that book in your sewing library. So, there. So I'm just lining up the edge and then speed sewing. Hopefully I won't mess up. Speed sewing, and then you end up making a mistake and having to spend extra time taking it out. Okay, what do we think? Oh, beautiful. This is gorgeous. So I want one. I think, see, my dream was this summer to be giving classes like we, in the new building where we do the filming here, we have enough room to do 6 people at a time. And really, 6 people at a time is enough for the teacher. You know, it's relaxing and fun. But if you have more than 6, then you need to have helpers with you because somebody will get stuck. And
yeah, but if
so,
you only do 6, it's not really worth our time.
wow, but
we could be showing all of them.
yeah, that's true. That's true. But I'm thinking to get young people in the area sewing. That's right. You want me to do that, right? So, where'd he go? Did he leave us? He made that comment and then he left us. He's our, you know, I forget. I think we're calling him our operations manager, and he's trying to make systems for everything to run smoother. So he's the one that got Betty Bobbins. So even today, Janine answered the phone and she took down somebody's phone number, but not their name, and only their phone number, but gave it to John. Well, John has no idea what the person called for, but if she had left the phone answered by Betty Bobbins, then Betty would have gotten all that information. She records the call and puts it into words, so they go on their phones and they could see what the person called about, and whatever they needed they could have ready. So we just got to get them to do it the new way, which everybody is doing. And no one's allowed to yell at us and say, I have to talk to a human. We don't have enough humans working here. You know, that wages are too high. You know, we just got to, And it is more efficient. It's so much better. Like Steve says, if he doesn't get back to someone, she reminds him. She'll get a ping on her phone saying, you didn't take care of this. So, okay, so I got the 4, didn't I? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, we're gonna go and iron and trim quickly. I'm gonna try. There. So, okay, and is that my phone, Kate? I bet it is. And I'm gonna assume it was, everybody's getting phone calls trying to lend them money. I know Kathy Kimberbella, she keeps getting a zillion calls, and I noticed when somebody on Facebook put on, I got 16 calls today, people wanting to lend me money. And I thought, you know what, I feel like I was getting 16. So I counted that very day and I got 12. So Pam's, yeah. So, yeah. So yeah, email. See, no, Cheryl, we switched it. So I think it's better to call. Tommy's trying to get them on, like, if they answer the phone, then they don't have notes. You know, well, or do they? I think the whole call, you know what, Tommy, that'll make her not answer the phone when she hears that she's being recorded. Yeah, so when the girls answer the phone here, they're being recorded.
Yeah. Okay.
So if they know they're getting...
Yeah, I just, like, even though there's a system in place, you still need people to follow through with it.
Yeah, and that's what's not happening. They're kind of, they don't want to, I guess, we can't be that way. I said back 20 years ago, and you guys will remember this, yeah, keep calls getting to buy your house. That house, your house has been in your family. You'll never sell that. Hopefully you'll never sell that. But 20 years ago, right, we had people that said they didn't want to learn a computer. I don't want to do a computer. Remember, right? They didn't want to learn a computer. And now thinking back, look at all they missed out on. Like, remember how much fun it was when Facebook was brand new and you could look up friends from high school and yeah. Oh, how to buy from comments sold. Okay, so you if you're new here, you need to register. Okay, so just go down to the comment bar, and if you're on Facebook, you'll just go down to the comment bar and then type in the word register. Then press enter, and then a new screen will come up, and I just want you to put in 4 things: first name, last name, email address, and your phone number. And then advance to the next screen, and you have to set up a username and password. But once you do that, you are ready to buy. So Kate has this Harvest 4-border Octagon kit in the bubble. And if you're on Facebook, you'll just type in sold space 100, then 101, sold space 101, press enter, and that puts one in your cart. So, and just keep watching. We have lots of other kits to show and lots of other products to show too. But you'll be ready. But really the best is to get our app, because no matter where you are, okay, I'm going back to do the rest. Okay, Kate? It is looking really, really good, isn't it? Yes. Okay. And so I'm back. And I'm going to sew the next one. So I've got my strips right here. Open it up. And right sides together. Position it. Okay. Start up there. And I have it set up on my machine where I press on the foot control and it drops my foot. I love that. I mean, that's one thing I love about the baby locks is that you have the option of using your presser foot lifter in the back or letting the machine automatically raise and lower. So there's some brands out there that don't have a presser foot lifter on the back. And there's times when you need that. There we go. Cut. At this point, I couldn't live without a cutter. I can't live without the presser foot. I can't, oh, of course, needle up, down. Can't live without that. Can't live without a needle threader. An easy needle threader. It has to be easy. Yeah, so there's so many features now that I have gotten used to. I'm going to peek under, make sure I haven't shifted. Okay, cut. Okay, it looks like I have 2 done, 2 more to go. Then we have 1 more border. And when we put on the last border, that's when it's going to feel like you're doing something wrong. So it's kind of funny because you'll get that feeling. It's like, no, Gloria said, keep going. And see, if you call into the store, when they complete a task, so Betty Bobbins gives them a task, and if they don't complete the task in 24 hours, they are reminded. And see, that's what happens to us. They write them on little pieces of paper, and then they hand us these little Post-it notes, and we lose them. You know, imagine a piece of fabric gets put over them and we lose them, and we forget about them. Nope, Betty Bobbins does not let us forget. So it's so far, Steve says it's really been helpful for him. Maybe I'll work with Janine. Oh no, she won't be here, but I'll be Janine tomorrow, and I'll get Tommy to teach me how to be Betty Bobbins, or maybe Betty Bobbins' assistant, right? Okay, all right. Yeah, who said that? I knew. Cheryl said can't live without hover. Yes, yes, and the presser foot lifter. Even though the foot lifts, I gotta have a presser foot lifter too, because sometimes you need to position your fabric in a certain spot, and you have to manually lift it. So, all right. Yeah, Jeanette just got home. You'll be able to watch it later. So all of these, it takes them about an hour to upload it, but you'll be able to watch it later. But you know what's fun about this is all the comments. It's like you're there with your friends, and you know what? It's like you'll come to our fall event and you'll meet up with some of the people that comment, and it's like you already know them, right? You already know them because you've had a conversation with them. So, yeah. Oh yeah, the new foot control, that would be a really good lesson, because you can program that foot control to do different tasks. So that little foot control, you can set it to cut your thread. That's what I don't even have it on my machine. I don't have the right foot control on, but that's what I should do. Instead of reaching up and pressing the button, I should have the small foot control set up so that it will cut my thread for me. One more. And then we'll trim. It is looking good. And you'll see it bubbles a little bit. Don't worry. When we iron that to the fusible fleece, the bubble will go away. I love it. I don't think we could have picked any better. Do you think, Kate? I love it. I love shimmer. So they want us to do a bundle of shimmer, all the different colors. So there's a couple more that I have to get. Last year they had one they called Storm, and it was shades of gray with silver. It was really pretty, but then they didn't make it again. So maybe it didn't sell well. But I'll find out what ones are available, and then we'll do a bundle on Thursday. There. Okay. And here we go. So I'm lining up on that seam line on the 1 1/4. There we go. And cutting off the excess. There. And another one. And there. Okay, now we're going to get this one. And oh, this is so pretty. Okay, I've got my strips. I'm heading back to the sewing machine. All right. Now, the other good thing about Betty Bobbins is that like Tommy can be at home and go over the calls. So if you answer and you write it down on a little piece of paper, then the only person that knows that that customer needed something is the one that gets that little tiny piece of paper. Whereas with this system, every single person in our business can look at that call and try to help the person. So we'll have more people doing customer service. So. There. So Kathy, even though she was on, she is, so we're going every other one again. So there, this one, oh, that's so pretty. There, so now skip this one, and we'll go to this one. We should probably do a setup where I won't have to get out of the chair to cut and iron, huh? And then these demos will go faster. But we have to get up anyhow to show them products, so. There. Trim, leaving about a 1/2 inch. Let's say at least a 1/2 inch. Skip this one, go to this one. So every other one. I am so glad we started sewing for fall and Christmas already. Because last year, they reminded me of it today, that last year we started in September and we didn't get near as many projects done. And also when we went to reorder, so if we hold on to our fabric and show Christmas in September or October, when you're kind of in the mood to sew for the holidays, we can't order anymore. And so this is much better because we are trying to plan the project. The day that the fabric comes in, we are planning projects. And I think it's going to work out much better for us.
They're saying you could demo the kiwi with the pressing and cutting mats, like switching back and forth.
Oh, yes, the kiwi. And we have a kiwi right in this room. Okay, that's a really good idea. Yes, because it has the ironing. It's just the angle of your camera. So you'll be able to, so you'll figure that out. Because I could be even right here with the kiwi. That's a really good idea. We'll do that. There. I can't wait to show you how this one looks when you go to do the next strip. Because we're almost at the point where you're going to say, we did something wrong. Okay, so I got the 4. Okay, and there. Okay, so I've got 4, right? Okay, we're going back up. position it so I could do 2 at a time. Okay. I'm using the new Panasonic iron that is designed for quilters, which it stays on longer and it gets to a little higher temperature, and the points on it are pointier than the other iron. So there, that's looking good. And here. And one more. Oh, it's so pretty. Now see me, I love prints, but this is a project where you kind of need some fabrics that look like solids. So is that one mine? I could just put my case over in the other room. Yeah, yeah. It's probably people all trying to lend me money. Which I thought, there's lending companies that prey on small businessmen. And I think, this has been a tough year and I thought that's why, but then, right, everyone's getting these calls. Like Joanne says, she's getting calls from people wanting to buy her house. It's like, and I thought they didn't do those calls, right? At one point, they didn't do those kind of calls on cell phones. Your cell phone was safe, but now they're doing them with the cell phone.
I get them all the time with like car insurance.
Yeah, car insurance. That's right. Right. That's right. They're making jokes of the car insurance ones. Okay. Okay. Another one. I think we're good. And then the last pieces. Oh, I see a little bit hanging out there. So did I have it in the right spot? Oh, just a little bit off. But I still have that little point. Oh, hardly. But you know what I mean. You're just going to lay your next piece over and cover that up. It's looking really good. Okay, back to the sewing machine. Okay, we're doing really good. This is the last time at the sewing machine. So how long have we been on so far? It hasn't been.
An hour and 10 minutes.
Okay, so that's it. It's like an hour and a half, and you can have the top done. So this is one of those projects that you could do in an afternoon, and you end up with something. Because the fabric is so pretty, you'll end up with something that is gorgeous. Okay. Get the foot control. There. So just making sure it's lined up. Go so far and check it again. There. And just hold on there. Cut. And snip. Oh, so I guess it's the 4-border octagon doesn't have that part where you think you've done something wrong. It's the 2-border. So I'll have to demo that one again. When's the last time we demoed that? Has been
A few months.
okay.
It was on Our Favorite Things show though.
Okay. So it was, we mixed it with a lot of other things. So it's kind of nice to do them separate. I know everybody really liked when Joni sewed together the quilt top. That really, people saw that it's a very, very easy quilt to make. And that too, I think it was 2 hours and we had the whole quilt top done. And then all you got to do is back it, quilt it, and then wrap around, bind it. Okay, so I got that one, skip that one, do this one. And it's the ones with the rust. Did I do that right? Yes. For a second there, I wasn't thinking. Okay.
Patty says she likes to do these directly on the batting. So it's more like a quilt as you go.
Oh, you could. Yeah, you could. The quilt as you go. So you would have the batting underneath, and then you'll position. Yes, that's a really good idea.
And then Betty's asking, what is the finished size?
That we will see in 1 minute. Okay, let me see. I think I need one more strip, don't I? I think I'll get that over here. Let's see. Maybe I didn't cut enough. Okay, I gotta cut one more. I probably did cut it, and it's probably on the floor. Right, here's all my little scraps. Okay, so 1.5 inches. It is? Oh, you see it? Oh, under my foot. Yes. Okay, now we'll go back to the sewing machine. Okay. Okay, and you see the bubbles, but don't worry about it. It'll flatten out when we fuse it to the heavyweight fusible fleece, which that is in the kit. The heavyweight fusible fleece is in the kit. So it's one of those projects where we say just add thread, and it's all done with a straight stitch. Unless you want to quilt it. You have some quilting designs built into your machine. I'm a little worried here. It's feeling like, okay, I think I'm good there. Peek under again. And cut. Okay. Now, we're done with the sewing machine for now, because I'm just going to talk them through the last few steps. Okay, so we are at the iron, and we're going to press this. Then we're going to iron it to our fusible fleece. So, decorative stitches on the seam line. I like that idea. That's what I like about the way Carol makes the Jelly Roll rugs and her Jelly Roll pillow. She's going to be demoing that. Did she say when that was going to be?
We haven't found an exact time.
Okay, because she uses decorative stitches on her Jelly Roll rug. Very simple ones, not something that's really thick. Very simple, like a wave stitch, but it makes her Jelly Roll rugs look so much better than just doing straight stitch. And we love that. We love projects that use all those stitches that we have. There.
And Gail is asking, can you adjust the size of the octagon to make it bigger or smaller?
You can make it whatever size you want, but you'd need more fabric. If you're making it bigger than this, you're going to need more fabric. So we probably should have had a 1 yard bundle of each one of these fabrics, because then they could make them as big as they wanted. They could make a quilt if they want, whatever they want. Okay, so here, and then I'm going to line up on the 1 1/4. So here's 1 1/4 here, and right here. Now I'm on 1 1/4. There. Wow, it looks good, doesn't it? Yeah, it really looks nice. There and there. Okay, and cut. So Ruth Ann is on. So I think she heard that we were able to get 10 of the Glorious Garden quilts kits out, and there is more of the fabric arriving next week, so maybe she can kind of pick what date she wants to start the class. So Okay. And 1 1/4. 1 1/4. So there, 1 1/4, and little scoot over there, which made the top of the ruler move. There we go. Okay. Okay. Now, your fusible fleece will be cut to size, but I didn't have time to cut mine, so I'm going to do that right now. Okay. So I've got, let's say you bought the 2-yard bundle of the heavyweight fusible fleece. So we don't use the regular fusible fleece. It got really flimsy, so we quit using it. So I think I'm going to just leave my big piece on here and position. I can trim it afterwards. Okay, let's make sure I've got enough. Smooth it out. And you want to start ironing from the center. So I'm just going to hold it down. Oh, it is so pretty, isn't it? That green really does pop, doesn't it? And I like that.
Jan is asking, can they still purchase the kaleidoscope quilt kit?
Yes,
Okay.
Because we will have, I think they figured that we were going to have 4 extra. We might have more. She, I guess we bought tons of the fabric, and they had, I think they said 100 yards extra. And I said, send it all to me. And she said, you have to leave some for other fabric stores. She did. And so I said, okay, send me 40 yards then. And so we'll have at least 4 more kits left. So if you look that one up, just, go to the search bar and go Gloria's Garden, and it should pop up. There. So it's really neat. It's from In the Beginning Fabrics. You may, every once in a while, hear somebody talk about Jason Yenter. He is the designer. His mom started the business years ago because I used an In the Beginning baby fabric for my Kathy, who was born in 1987. Oh, look at, I got a big bubble there. So I'm going to peel that up. I still have the quilt. You know, when you make it yourself, you cannot ever get rid of it. There. I'm going to cut it, and then I'll press it again. So here I am, and I'm just going to make sure that I'm on that 1 1/4 again, and cut. And turn, and cut again. 1 1/4 to 1 1/4. There. So that's it. So I had a meeting with the auditor yesterday, and she wants me to do a spreadsheet for her. I don't know how to do spreadsheets, but you guys must have done spreadsheets in school, right? So they don't, spreadsheets pop out of their brains. And I don't, but I can't say I don't know how to do it. I got to learn how to do it. So poor Tommy has to teach me how to do spreadsheets. I remember doing them, and like it automatically adds up all the columns. So there to there. So this one feels like I went really crooked. If I go from here at 1 1/4, here to 1 1/4, look at all the white that's going to be there. But that'll get evened up. So you might find at one point like, oh, my strips are bowing. But if you keep it at that 1 1/4, everything's going to lay really nice. Okay. Here, 1 1/4. Oh, got to move it up. There. and there. Okay. There, okay. So I don't know when I had to it was a long time ago though. So yeah, Diane Kleepel says she loves spreadsheets. Oh, maybe I'll grow to love them. I don't know. I remember thinking it was really cool. You had to put like a code in, right? I'll get it figured out. Tommy will help me. Okay, 1 1/4 here, 1 1/4 here. I'm good. I'm kind of getting lumpy here. So are you coming back tomorrow for the girl from OESD, Kimberly Dodson from OESD, Oklahoma Embroidery Supply and Design. That's what it stands for. And I used to buy from them years ago. And then we got away from it. And I kept saying, I got to get, because they're the ones that do the lace houses. Wow, look how far off I was there. I must have cut my strip crooked. But I mean, it's not going to matter because that's going to be in the seam allowance. So you don't have to worry. But as long as you keep those strips 1 1/4, it's all going to look really nice. But you know what? I've made them and the strips have been bowed and it still looks nice. So don't worry. Okay, okay. All right. Now you are just going to take your backing fabric, and that is, I guess, maybe this piece right here. So remember, we're giving you a really pretty backing fabric, and you're going to sew that right sides together on the 1/4 inch seam allowance. Okay, so you should end up, because we took that inch off. So remember, very first step is you are going to cut that square. So if we, who knows, ours might not be straight. And you're going to cut it 13 by 13, and you're going to mark down 3 5/8 from every corner. And then you're going to start your strips. So see, it gives me enough room to lay this down, and I still have a little bit extra. Okay, now remember to leave a good 6 inches open for turning. You're going to stitch all the way around. Okay, clip your trim and clip your corners so that you don't have bulk in the corners. Turn it right side out, and then you're going to seal it shut. I really like the Steam-A-Seam too. So, okay, did you learn something today? So, yeah, 3 o'clock tomorrow. Yeah, for OESD. You got to be here. You got to tell all your friends. You got to share it because we want her to see how many people watch, and then they'll send other people back to teach us other things, and that would be wonderful. So we would really, really, really like everyone to come. So I just love it, don't you? This one is really pretty. So now, see, I have a little bit of the white, and that's probably because I either cut my strip a little crooked, or wasn't on the 1/4 inch for a little bit, but don't worry about that. You're still going to sew on the 1/4 inch, and that's not going to show, okay? But it is beautiful. Yeah, I really, really like it. We were going to use the honey shimmer, and where did the honey shimmer go? Well, there's like a little, but it just blended it. Here, I got a little strip of honey shimmer, and see, that just blended in with all of them too much. So that's why we went with the rust. And the rust is standing out because there's so much more speckles of the gold. So really pretty. So that is the Harvest 4-border octagon. And now, okay, should I show kits next?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll get some of my mess away. Okay. All right, I don't want to put this one away. I'm going to leave it there. Okay, so the next one I have is the woodland snowman.
Okay.
Okay, I love this. So some of you were able to get the woodland snowman. I'm going to grab it, the quilt kit. What did I, it's right here. This is, look at the woodland snowman. I think we sold out on the kits, but look at those corners. I love it. Love it, love it. Okay, so we're gonna make other projects with the fabric. So, and I'm still gonna try to get more. You know, I do this where I go on the black market, I go on Etsy and I try to get the fabric and I pay full price, but then I'm able to fulfill more kits. So in the end, it works out for us. So, okay, so let's look at this one. So the center of your octagon is gonna be these tossed snowmen. All right, you're gonna have your 4 fabrics for your stripes. Okay, so here is, so what would you, I kind of like that green. It's definitely contrast. Okay, then they have, oh, I think you need a stripe next. So there's a stripe, and then I'd go with a red. I like it, I like it. And then here's another stripe. And then this is the fabric they put on the back. So it is the deer, and there's little chickadees and chipmunks and squirrels, and that goes on the back. So it's, and then you also get the fusible fleece, and you also get the directions on how to make it too. So, okay, there we go. That's that one. I'm just gonna fold it up real quick and pull out the next one. Okay. All right, now, should we do Halloween next? Okay, this is really cute. This, okay, so many of you bought the Ghosts in the Graveyard quilt. That was a quilt that Joni made. So remember, you're gonna get the fusible fleece. Okay, so this one, is that the center? That looks like it's gonna be backing. Here is gonna be the center. Okay, so we've got this one for the center. And now remember, everywhere there's white, it's gonna glow in the dark. Okay, now let me just to warn you, I'm gonna keep warning and warning, they cut it 14 inches. So in the kit room, they're used to doing the 2 borders, so they cut it 14. But remember, you're gonna cut it down to 13 by 13. And then you're going to mark it 3 5/8 on each end. The direction sheet should say the right directions, but if you've made our other octagon, you might go, oh yeah, okay, I just take the corners off. Okay, now let's take a look at the 4 fabrics that they chose. So it looks like, let's see what this, okay, this one. Okay, so this one, so the spider web, so I think I would go with orange next. So there's orange with the little bats. Should I go this way? That might be better. Okay. And then I'm thinking the spider web, well, definitely the blue. And then it looks like the next one they're going to is orange again. And then this one is so cute with these pumpkin faces. So there it is. So you could do it whatever way you want, but it looks good there. And then this looks like it's the backing fabric. So it is, it's 22.5 by 22.5. So this is the backing. I like a cute backing because let's say you spilled, you just flip it over and you can use the other side until you get a chance to wash it. Okay, so there it is, Halloween, and that is going to match, if any of you got the Ghost in the Graveyard quilt kit, this will match it. And you know, that's, we say you throw this on your coffee table, throw that quilt over your couch, maybe have a couple other things. We're gonna continue, you gotta have a table runner, you got to. So we gotta do a table runner in all these fabrics. And then you're ready for the holiday. And it looks really good too. Okay, let's see what they've got next for us. Okay, next one is a Christmas one. There's 2 Christmases coming. Okay, so this one is the 2 border. Okay, so this one they have for the center, it looks like it's this fabric. Okay, so the center is this one, and it says Merry Christmas, Christmas meeting, greetings, a Merry Christmas to you, and then you will, this will be they cut it for me because I thought I was going to demo this one, but you will get a 5-inch piece of this. So you will cut 3 1.5-inch strips. And so this will be your first border. And then it looks like the second border are these ornaments. Second border ornaments. Okay, and then the backing is this plaid. So the plaid will be on the back. All right, looks good. Okay, now Thursday night, I'm gonna have some more of these because 2 new collections came in today. So I will have 4 border octagons. Now I'm kind of bored with the 2 border, but they go together really fast and really easy. So, but the fabric, it's a Christmas fabric that came in from Timeless Treasures, and it has gold metallic in it. So I'm sure that I'm going to use some of the shimmers. So we'll have elegant Christmas. This is kind of leaning on the kind of, you know, maybe not cute, but kind of more country looking, everyday, where the one I'll show on Thursday night will be the elegant Christmas. Everyday Christmas and then elegant Christmas. Now this next one is designed by Deb Strain. Now that's another quilt that we did. I just want to grab it. I had it this morning and it was here. Here it is. Here. So, okay, this is the fabric. Okay, here we go. Okay, so you gotta, this is kind of big. So here, so it's got, this is by Deb Strain. Okay, and I love it. So you can't just have a quilt. You gotta have things to go with it. It just will look out of place, right? You have to have other things. So I love it, love it. Now there are, last I checked, there were still some of the black background, no, the white, I forget, one of them. There was a white background one and a black background. So the white background one, we still have more of. Can't get any more of it. It's sold out. Here it is, July, and the fabric is sold out. So we were able to get enough for what, I think it was 40 kits each? Yeah, 40 kits each, yeah. So, okay, so look at this one for the center. Love it. So there they are, there's your, so Deb Strain always does these happy little projects. So this one is a 2 border, look at what they picked. So really cute, the plaid. And then this one is really cute too. This one is these little snowmen. So really cute. Okay, so that's gonna, so it's just a 2 border, and then they backed it in this black with snowflakes. So imagine you had this on, okay, here we go. We'll go here and here. So this is on your coffee table. So I think they cut them all for me because they thought I was gonna be, okay. So we're getting the Christmas vibe here. It's looking really cute. And then you had this quilt thrown over your couch, right? Just those 2 items will be beautiful. But I think you need a table runner, right? You got to have something on your dining room table that pulls it all together. So we'll be working on that. Don't worry, we will have it. So I think we did octagons. We're going to do octagons this week, maybe a little bit of the table runners on Thursday night. I don't know what Steve has planned for. He's planning something because Thursday night at 7, app only sale. So we have to get the word out because we have a number of customers that don't have the app. So they have to get the app. That's where you get the best deals because you have to use a username and password to get on. And then we can give extra special deals. that the manufacturers, they will let us do whatever we want because it's username and password. All right, there. Okay, got those. Still, my favorite one is this one, and I have a feeling the one I do with the new Christmas fabric, everybody's going to really like that one. Okay, so the next thing we showed, I saw the OFA cutter. I love this cutter. I don't know. You need 3 of these. You need 3 cutters, right? Because you're sewing along and then all of a sudden, where's my cutter? I don't know where it is. I open my drawer and I have another one. But I really like this one because it's just designed, it just goes in my hand easily. I hold it easily. And the best part about it is how easy it is to change the blade. So the blade, I just go like that, take the blade off, put the new blade on. Oop, there, put the new blade on. Position here, and then flick that switch, and it's changed. So it's really, really easy. Remember the ones where you had to take off a washer, and they were too hard. I never got them on back the right way again. Now next we have our blades. So this is our Natalia, who is away. And so we have our college girls as Natalia this week. She is away visiting her mom in Peru. She told me the other day she's been here in the United States for 30 years. 30 years. And I just, my grandmother did the same thing, left her mother in Poland and came over. I can't imagine that. Can you? I mean, I can't even imagine going a couple states away, let alone over an ocean, right? But she's been able, since she's been working with us, she's been able to go visit her mom, and so that's making her feel a lot better about it. So this is 10 blades. 10 blades. Oh, we're doing 10% back. 10% will be put back into your account. We're now calling them Gloria bucks. So that's money for you to spend on our site later, okay? So I see some people that have accrued a lot of Gloria bucks. So I think there's some people that are saving for a machine, or maybe a nice iron. They're saving for some big things, which is wonderful. So okay, now the next item is my favorite scissors. So these are the Kai, and yeah, okay, there they are. So here's the Kai scissors. Now, this too, nice big holes for your fingers, but the thing that makes them different is the serrated blade. So I'm running it along this one. Nope, not serrated. Run it along this one. I can feel it. It bumps. I can feel the bumps. And what the serrated blades do is they hold on to your fabric, and your fabric won't slip off the blade. And I'm sure you've had that happen where you put a piece of fabric and it just slides all along and it's really hard to cut straight. But with the serrated blade, it holds your fabric, and you're able to get nice straight cuts. So, and I do notice Kathy and Mary Lou in their drawers, they have like 4 pairs of these. This must be Kathy and Mary Lou's favorite. All the kit cutters, this is their favorite. So yeah, all right, now the presser feet that I used. So the one that I used on the machine is this one, and it has the guide, 1/4 inch piecing with guide. I put it down and now it's not glaring, so that's good. Okay, and so 1/4 inch piecing with guide. It fits both the Baby Lock and the Brother. So Baby Lock and Brother can buy this one. Okay, now the other one, yes, does Kathy know I'm using her scissors? I don't think so. Yeah, so I better put them back, right? Okay, so here is the other 1/4 inch foot. This one is Ruth Ann's favorite. She doesn't like the guide. And we have a number of customers that don't like it. Sometimes I like the guide, and then sometimes I don't. It just depends on the project. So it's nice to have both. But it's got the markings so you know when to pivot. Same thing on this foot. It has the markings so you know when to drop your needle and turn. And what's nice about the clear is you can see your fabric underneath. So it feels like you have more control. Okay. this one next, slide and trim hexagon. So this is fun. This is designed by someone in West Virginia. So it's made in the United States, and it makes the smaller hexagon. So you start out with this size. It has the ruler in it that has those markings, so you know exactly where to line up that seam line. Yeah, and it makes, so this is what it will look like. And it's called the Slide and Trim Hexagon Log Cabin. Okay, now the next item, yeah. Oh, this is the Steam-A-Seam 2. So this is what we use to close up that hole, and really it holds really good. What's the best about this is it's sticky on one side. So you position it and it sticks right where you put it. You'll iron it. There's paper on the other side. You'll iron it, and then you'll peel off your paper and then iron it closed. So the sticky, so I know you've probably tried to do it with something else where it wasn't sticky and that strip just moves all around. So the Steam-A-Seam 2 is sticky. And so you can position it where you want it and it's not gonna move. And this is, I think you get like 40 yards or something. It's 1/2 inch wide, 20 yards. So that'll last like forever. So that I love. All right. And then we have the heavyweight fusible fleece. So this is a 2-yard cut of the heavyweight. So you notice when we iron something to the heavyweight fusible fleece that it lays flat, you know, and it stays flat. It's a big difference from regular fusible fleece. So we switch, all of our kits have heavyweight fusible fleece. We don't ever put in, we don't even buy the regular weight fusible fleece. They do make a lightweight. You don't want that one either. So now remember when I started out, I was using the friction pen to mark my lines. So, you know, I think it just depends on what color is going to show up. So I seem to grab for the felt tip ones, and but we do have the ballpoint, and I make sure when we buy them that we buy the ballpoint that is not the fine point, because the fine point, the line is too thin to see, and you have to keep going over it. So these are clicker pens. So they are, so you push on this thing that you would hook onto your pocket, I guess, and that makes the point come out. First time you try to use it, it's like, how does the point come out? But it is, I think it was like a 0.7 tip, and that gives us just a little bit thicker line. So I don't even buy the other ones. I don't buy the fine tip in the ballpoint. Now this friction, so you get 3. So in this one, the ballpoint, it's black, blue, and red. And then here you get the bright pink, the bright yellow, and bright orange. You're sure to have one of them that's going to show up on your fabric. So they do both iron away. You do want to test it. If you're going to mark something that isn't in the seam allowance, you want to test it somewhere to make sure that it does disappear completely. We've had some dark navy blue and some blacks that once we iron it away, it leaves a little mark. So be careful if you're on one of those fabrics. So, okay, then you need needles. And we haven't sold these wonderful packages of needles. So my favorite needle is this one. This is the only one, because I don't know whether I'm going to be embroidering or sewing. And so I always go for this 9014 embroidery needle. So the embroidery needle has a sharper point, and it's coated with something that slides in and out of the fabric easier. But this is 5 packages of the needles. There are, it's 6 needles in each package. So you're getting 30 needles for $19.95, and 10% gets put back into your account. So you can't beat it. And then something that we use all the time for here, all of our projects, we're always putting them in these mesh bags. And so this is, I think it's a set of 12, right? 12 of the mesh bags. And Ella bags them, and she makes sure you get an assortment. She's 2 of this and 2 of this and 2 of this. Yes, she does. So Yep. And this is the 9x13 size. This is by far our most popular. So, okay. Now, Steve's going to tell you about something, right?
Do we have a printout for that?
Yes, she does. He got a new item. Yes, he did.
Hi guys, how's everyone doing today? It's a sunny day here in Pittsburgh.
Yeah, that's odd.
I know, and it's only 82 degrees.
Wow.
It's cooled off.
We
The
should all
humidity's
go
not there.
outside. Yes.
Run outside. So,
Yes.
new item that we're excited to introduce. It is the wheeled trolley carrying case for the embroidery arm for our new Baby Lock Radiances.
Whoa, look at that. Look at all it holds.
So it's got a place for your big embroidery unit now. It's a big unit, so it needs strapped in. It rests with that unit at the bottom here, so it gives you space to have a stabilizer on one side. So there's actually 4 straps for your embroidery unit, elastic bands for stabilizer, and then 2 clear zipper pouch pockets.
Oh, wow.
And there's a couple of different
It looks
handles
like
on the
there's,
outside.
look, I see another zipper up there. I bet there's, I bet you could put your hoops in there.
Place for
Could
the
you?
largest hoop.
Ooh.
Places for the
Oh,
largest hoop.
that's nice.
And then it's on wheels too, which is really
Yeah.
nice because it's a heavy embroidery unit.
Yeah.
And to move that big hoop around. So it's on wheels and it's a couple different handles and stuff like that too. So they're pre-ordering them now.
Uh-huh.
And you guys earn that 10% Gloria bucks.
Yeah,
on
that's
this item
great.
too,
Okay.
which is great. It's a big one. So you'll get some money back or to use again for your account. So pre-order those. They're due in September.
Okay.
So
okay.
you'll be
That's
ready
not bad.
You'll be ready for all your travels.
Did you order
and
some
stuff.
already?
We
you?
did.
You
We
did.
did. Yeah,
Okay. So
we
we'll
did.
be in the first shipment.
We will.
Okay.
Yep.
September delivery. Yeah. And remember, you get 10% put back in, which is really good. And tomorrow, 3 o'clock, OESD. It's going to be wonderful.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, Kimberly Dodson from OSD is coming, and she's going to bring samples. So she's pretty high up in OSD.
Is she?
She is.
Oh, wow.
Mhm,
Okay. We're
yeah.
getting a
So
chief.
we're getting we're
Okay.
getting someone big. So a big.
That's
so-
wonderful.
Yep.
I've been wanting to get something going, you know? And I think when they saw Kathy starting to show the tile scenes and everybody was buying them, I think they like stood at attention. They said, we better send
did.
somebody to them,
Yeah.
right? That's wonderful. Yeah.
So the machines for the trolley for the machine itself, I'll find out about.
Yeah,
because
I
the Solaris trolley worked for it.
Oh.
It's the embroidery on bag that didn't work. So this one
Okay.
is the embroidery on bag by itself.
Okay.
So we'll find out how they're going to do the trolley.
Yeah,
They'll have
so- Yeah.
Yep.
So if you have the Solaris trolley
Yep.
or the Avenir trolley, keep that.
Yep.
Yeah.
and this would work with the Solaris as well. Your Solaris embroidery unit would fit right in there, and you'd have all that
Oh.
extra space too. So if
Because
you
so
have a
many
s-
people said they sew a lot and they lean their embroidery unit on the wall next to where they sew, and they just don't feel like it's safe.
It's a little storage bag, which is nice. A big storage bag for your embroidery arm too, so it'd be in a safe spot.
Yeah,
Be
that is
protected,
really
too.
nice.
Yep.
I was wondering what those are, but they're zipper pouches, clear zipper pouches. And you got your stabilizer, and you can see that Kate is zoomed in. You can see 2 zippers there, so you can put your big hoops in there.
Extra pocket on the front there, and it's that quilted baby lock.
Yeah, really nice.
It's a really, really nice trolley. So,
There's
Mhm.
more pictures under.
Oh,
oh, hello. Look,
okay.
Kate's-
There it is, closed.
Yep, there it is,
Okay.
closed up. Yep. So it looks like there's a zipper. There's a pouch up here, in front, and then there's something down there too, so which is nice
Okay.
too.
Yeah. Wow. So all your hoops could go in there, I think, right?
Yep.
Okay. And that's it. Okay.
And then another new item that I'm excited
So I
about.
bet they're not going to come out with a separate hoop case. Somebody said that because the other hoop case fits all the hoops except for the big ones. This fits the big one.
This one fits the big one. Yep.
All your hoops will fit in
All-
there with that size pocket,
Yep.
two big pockets. Yeah, it is cool. It is really nice. So,
And then another item that I'm excited about is our light back here.
oh yeah.
So we are now a Grace dealer
Wow.
We are.
Who knows? Yeah, he's got all kinds of plans for
It's
us.
exclusive for the Pittsburgh area,
Oh,
where there's no other Grace Stealers in the area.
Wow.
So we are.
okay.
So she said she gets calls often from in this area to
Wow.
send us leads and things about some of the
Oh,
Grace
that's
products. So we have some
wonderful.
new products coming, and one of
Okay.
those is this Grace light bar back here.
Yeah.
So it is a freestanding light bar that you can put over top of a sewing cabinet. You can put it over top of your cutting table. We all need more light. No more sewing in a dimly lit, shadowy room. Not with
No.
this light. So it has a cord on either side. You can plug it in either side. There's a cord that goes between to make sure they both light up. But they're LED lights. They don't get warm. They don't get too hot. It just provides extra light. This is expandable by a couple inches. So if you need it to be a little wider, it'll go a little bit wider or a little bit narrower. And then higher or lower too. So it'll go down to 42 inches all the way up to 70 inches. So it just gives you that extra light you need. I know a couple. There's a couple ladies ordered 2 of them. So
Yeah.
they want extra. They want to steal to
Right.
really.
So they
see.
want one over their cutting table and
Yes.
over their machine.
And I bet someone might have bought it for their husband too.
Oh.
Yeah, because
You're
I've
not-
heard that. I've heard that the husbands sometimes still sewing chairs.
Yes, I've heard that. Yeah.
And some of these lights.
Mm-hmm.
So if you have a husband out there, get one for him too.
How
Yes.
much space does a stand bottom take on the floor?
It is like 5.5 feet to 6.5 feet wide, depending on the settings that you do.
Yeah.
So you can go as narrow
and
as
then
5.
how about depth?
Depth wise, 24
Yeah,
inches.
24 inches.
24
depth.
inches on the
Yes.
bar that's down here. This bar that's down
Yeah.
here. So
Yeah, listen, Sandy said she's been scoping their long arms and they keep popping up on her Facebook feed.
So
Yeah.
we have some tabletop quilting little machines coming in.
Okay,
We have a
good.
new, it's called the Little Rebel.
Uh-huh.
So it's a bigger throat machine that's fast with an M size bobbin,
Oh.
the big bobbin, and it has the
So
built-in
that's
stitch
like
regulator.
the size bobbin that the long arms take.
Yep.
Wow, that's
Yep.
really good.
So we
Yeah.
so we have some new
It's
stuff coming
awesome.
for you guys. Yep.
Yeah, always
But-
getting new.
Yeah.
Yes.
So get yourself a light bar, and why this month? Get it before this month is over, because they're normally $4.99. So for this month to the end of the month, they're marked down to $3.99, and you still get that 10%.
Listen, Keith said it would be great in his garage.
Perfect.
Yeah.
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 Our hot dog. We'll get for all the hot. We'll see how many hot dogs you serve on Saturday. So I might need 2. Gail, I agree. Yeah. So
Yeah.
but yeah. So they're normally $4.99 this month. They're still $3.99. Plus you get that 10% credit back. So don't miss out. Get yourself a light bar today. You'll be very glad with all the extra light in your sewing room. So
Yeah. All right.
anything else?
Thank you, Erin. So Joyce said, show the legs.
Okay.
Can you move the camera there and just show the legs? They want to see how much space it takes up. So Kate's going to switch. Yeah. So there. And you can have you can have an end table. You can have a Christmas box around it, everything.
That's right.
So only 24-inch depth.
Yep.
Yeah. That's very good. All right. Now tomorrow OESD.
Tomorrow
That's the
at
big
3
thing.
p.m.
3 p.m.
You can't
Okay.
miss it.
Okay.
Because
It's
I'm
going to
sure
be fun.
she's going to come in here and she's going to have this and all kinds of fun stuff to show us and things like
yeah.
that.
Because we don't know anything about their stuff. We don't.
Nope.
It's a company that I've been wanting to find out about, you know?
then-
And Tommy says we're getting a kiosk in the store.
Okay. I don't think they had kiosks in malls, but we must be
We must be special.
special.
We're
Okay.
special.
You got to come see our kiosk then.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm excited to see it too.
Yeah.
You know what the kiosk does?
No. Tommy's
Okay.
coming in to talk about kiosk. And I bet she'll tell us too.
over.
Yeah.
So the
Mhm.
kiosk, where am I? Oh, I'm over here.
How much
The
is
kiosk.
extension?
The kiosk, you can download your flash drive right then and there on the kiosk, and you pay for it in store. And you just download whatever design you want from OESD. You get it right then and there on a flash drive.
There's gonna
Now.
be a line at
So
the
we're gonna have a
kiosk.
bucket
There's
of
gonna be a
flash drive.
line.
We're gonna have a bucket of Gloria Horn flash drives,
Uh-huh.
and you're gonna plug it into the kiosk,
Oh,
and
I
you're gonna
love
say, "I
this.
want this design, that design, this design," and you're
Uh-huh.
gonna download it right.
That
then
is
and
so
there.
cool.
Yeah.
I can't wait. Yes.
I can't. Oh, that's awesome.
I
Yeah.
know. Really nice. Okay.
There'll be a line out the door.
Yeah.
I've always wanted a big line out the door.
Yes. Yes. We've never.
A line around the building.
Yes.
for the
yes.
kiosk.
Yes.
Yeah.
At 5 a.m.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gloria and I were up the street here at the hardware store, and there was a line around the building, and we were like, we want a line around our building.
Yeah,
You know what it
uh-huh.
was? the peach truck.
Peach
The
truck.
peach truck.
Yeah. How about, did
So-
your family, what'd they
Oh
think?
my gosh.
Oh,
Yeah.
so
Yes,
good.
peaches.
We don't get peaches here,
No.
like Georgia peaches.
So maybe this kiosk will get us a line around our building.
Yes. I can see it now.
It's up to you guys.
Yeah, it's
So-
up to you guys.
so
Exactly.
Thank you. Yep.
Yeah. All right. I'm going to start cutting these kits.
Okay.
All right.
Yes.
I might as well start.
Yeah, and then 7 p.m. on Thursday. Don't miss it. We have our favorite things, but it's an app-only sale. So we're going to have some extra special things that we can only do when it's a password-protected entity like our app. So don't miss out. You'll have some good stuff in line for you. So
Wonderful.
we'll see you guys.
Okay. Bye-bye, everybody.